Hey YouTube, Incognito Sniper here, and I had a request to show how I painted the G36C, that digital. So I'm going to show you today. I just took a junk pistol that I had, this electric, and I guess it was okay because it was made out of the same plastic material as the G36C. So what you're going to need to do this is you're going to need some graphing paper, scissors. You're gonna need, if I don't know what colors you're gonna want to go for. If you want like this kind of look, a desert kind of look, you need a tan, green, and brown. And if you want to throw in anything else, all these work right here. This one is this camouflage stuff. You can all get these in like Home Depot, Lowe's. Camouflage, then you have this kind, and you can use this kind. I mean, they're all fine. I don't know, what is this one? Just textured for plastic. They're all fine, so I'll just show you this camouflage one. It's this camouflage, that's kind of what we're going for. So you want to shake it up, and you have your gun, and you want to tape off, I'll show you on the G36, so you want to tape off all the main parts. First of all, notice I don't have the hand grip on because I have a custom battery. Anyway, you're going to want to tape or take off your selector switch on both sides. So you're going to do that, and then take off your foregrip so you have different parts to spray paint. Oh yeah, and take off the stock and this rubber part. If you don't want to take the rubber part off, then you can just tape it off. But so it's not anything, it's not showing. And then if you want to tape off right here, because this will just get weared down, because when this clamps over like this, as you can see, it hits that right there, and it snaps right on. So that would obviously wear down the paint. Anything that plastic touches, or any part that touches another part, you need to tape off. And we also taped off the trigger. And if you want to do to the sights, and the orange tip if you want to keep the orange tip. Okay, so we take let's go back to the pistol. As you can see, there's wear and tear on this. For some reason, well, probably there's a reason, but when you spray paint your gun, it'll easily chip off like the first 2 weeks, and then this is like 3 months old now. You can't even scratch it or anything. It's kind of like just glued on there. And I know you guys can be like, well, it's dry, but I don't know, it just keeps getting harder and harder. So it just keeps soaking into the gun. So you're going to want to take your base color, which mine is this tan color. And this is just a cheap pistol, so you're just going to want to spray paint, not too much. And I watched a whole bunch of videos on how to do this. I was you when you wanted to do this really badly, so then you let it dry, but I don't have time to let it dry. So after you let it dry, I'm just going to skip over to here. Well, when it's drying, you want to take your graphing paper, and what you do is you draw shapes, random shapes on here. Not too big, but not too small, like not little ones. You want to draw them on the lines, not across the lines. Just like straight down, like this kind of detail, almost. But I had to do this quickly, so, because don't have much time right now, so much homework. But you just want to trace down these lines. Like, you just want to trace random shapes, and then you take scissors or a razor blade or anything, and you cut that out. There's other better videos on YouTube. I'm just showing you how I did the G36C, and if you guys can help me improve. So, then you cut this into a smaller piece. You don't need the whole sheet. I just am lazy. And, so I kind of violated the rules, and I cut diagonal. See, I'm trying to spell SFM, my airsoft team. So I had to cut diagonal for the M, and I did not know how to make an S. I'm not artistic. Okay, so now that is It's still really wet. You put these, either don't put them diagonal, like the long line's diagonal, either horizontal or vertical, like this. You can have like this, or this way, or this way. Just make sure no lines are like diagonal. Make sure they're all straight. And then just lay it on the place you want, and make sure it's flat on there. I had somebody helping me, so it's a lot easier to have somebody helping you, because they'll just have all the stencils and you just spray paint right over it. So once you have your stencil on, you take not your tan color anymore. Oh yeah, and I encourage you, after you spray paint tan the first time, you want to go over again. Like, the more times you do it, the better it's going to stay on. That's 2 coats right there, and that's what happens, all these little dings. You see the white underneath? I use this plastic primer stuff, but it doesn't help, I don't think. So, you have your little stencil, and then you take your next color, and you gotta kind of get used to this. I recommend you practicing before you do this. And you just swipe. Swipe. So just, oops, sorry. Okay. Then you keep on. Don't make it too thick though. Okay. So then you take it off. And you have your little design right there. Pretty cool. Make sure see, I did this one pretty bad. There's like some unshaded stuff right there. Make sure like it's not frizzy around the edges. Or I mean, yeah, you can make it different textures and stuff, like lighter and darker by putting more or less on. And so let's try this emblem. I'm going to go on the other side of the gun. You just gotta kind of play around with painting your gun. And if you mess up, guess what? You can just paint over it. But it's kind of hard to get it back to the black color. Then you just, well, I mean, you gotta paint it all black, but it's not as good as the factory did it. Whoa, where did my spray paint just go? Okay, my spray paint just stopped, so luckily I have another. I have different textures of this. Like, that tan is darker than this tan, so. Okay. Then I'm taking my emblem. Team name. Put it right on the grip, like that. And then take. This one's empty. I would be showing you, but it's kind of empty, so I only have one color to work with. Okay. Okay. All my colors are like running out. Anyway, that's kind of how it turns out. I like that. So you do that throughout the whole gun, and I'll show you on the G36C where I did it. You do it up here and over around here and on the motor, and on, of course, the hand grip thing. And you do it on the stock. You have to take quality in this if you want to make it look good. Oh yeah, and this little charging handle part right here, I just take that whole thing off because it rubs. So you paint all inside. Yeah, I also put tape down in the mag well. You don't want spray paint down there. And if you didn't know, this rubber piece stock, if you have a G36C, can come off just by pulling like that. Ooh, look at all the firecrackers in the back. Secret. Okay, and also one more thing. The mag, you tape off the top half that's not showing, that's in the gun like that, and you paint the same way on the bottom half. So when you put it in the gun, it looks like that. So thanks for watching, and hope to see your thing.